Hey guys, let's talk about the Eternity Euphoria update number 2 really quickly, because I wanna clear up some confusion about this. There are misconceptions about this circling around the community, so let's go over this and clear things up right now. So let's first of all read it one more time really quickly. Her rank 1 Euphoria update says that whenever an ally loses HP, accumulate points of blood tide. When entering battle, you gain Blood of Immortality. Blood of Immortality means that at the start of the round, you consume a certain amount of HP from all allies, and if blood tide has reached a certain amount of points, you consume a corresponding amount of those points to rank up Blood of Immortality. Eternity increases attack based on her max HP. Rank number 2 says when Blood of Immortality is at next rank, then her incantation number 1 and number 2 grant Moxie to herself. Rank 3 says when Blood of Immortality is at a high rank, your ultimate is always a critical hit and deals additional reality damage. Rank number 4 says at the start of the round, if Blood of Immortality has reached maximum rank, you consume some blood tide and you cast your ultimate completely for free. Now, where this confusion is coming from is from the fact that Eternity now consumes some blood tide. And this is where people go completely crazy and think now that, oh, this can't be played together with Nautica, it's gonna be awkward and she will consume way too much blood tide, there will not be enough blood tide left for Nautica, and all of this kind of nonsense. It even goes as far as to people saying that Eternity will be a replacement for Nautica. Like, believe it or not, that is absolutely ridiculous. Eternity is for players that missed out on Nautica. That is the misconception that goes around the community, and it absolutely blows my mind how this is could ever be a thing. Because let me explain to you why this is complete bullshit. Because if you look at her Euphoria update number 1, then she accumulates blood tide already. Okay, no one had an issue with any of that whatsoever. Okay, now that her Euphoria 2 comes out though, and it states that Eternity will consume some of the blood tide that she generates to cast her ultimate that deals additional reality damage and always crits, that's now all of a sudden an issue. Even though this very same Euphoria clearly states that she will accumulate way more points of blood tide than she ever did before. If you take both of these Euphoria updates together, she generates way more blood tide now than she did with only her Euphoria update number 1, you know? And now, only because it states here that some blood tide will be consumed every single round to cast her ultimate for free. Again, it deals more damage. Like, guys, what I'm trying to say here, that is something positive. She doesn't consume more blood tide than she herself generates. She still generates way more blood tide than she would ever consume. Like, even if you only take the blood tide that she accumulates from this Euphoria number 2, then she accumulates only through this Euphoria number 2 update more blood tide than this Euphoria update number 2 consumes. It is an overall win here. Even if we just talk about the blood tide generation, we win here, guys. Do you realize that? And she only consumes some blood tide of the blood tide that she generates. And this leads to her casting her fucking ultimate for free. Like, where is this fear coming from that you now have to be careful and you probably even can't play Eternity in the fucking blood type. It absolutely blows my mind. What are people interpreting here? Where is this coming from? You know, okay, you might say, hey, it's not only this blood type consumption to cast her always critting ultimate for free from this rank 4 Euphoria update, right? It's also rank 1 because she also consumes a certain amount of blood type to rank up the Blood of Immortality. Guys, that is only in like the first 2, maybe 3 rounds, and then this consumption here from rank 1 stops completely, because then Blood of Immortality is already at max rank. There will no blood type be consumed anymore, and this blood type consumption down here is very little. It's stated that it's just some blood type, not all, not half, not a quarter, it's just some, okay? And you get something extremely good out of this in return, right? You don't just consume the blood type, you cast your ultimate that now deals more damage and always critical hits. That's what you get for some blood type consumption. So, to clear up the confusion, like, guys, don't think that now, just because Eternity consumes some blood type, she takes away your blood type. No. She still, even though she consumes some blood type, generates more blood type than ever before. You will have plus blood type thanks to this Euphoria update. And also, like, I read some people say that you can only, or you should in fact, only rank this up to rank 3. So that you never cast your ultimate for free, because that would consume some blood type. That, guys, that is, believe me, that is complete and utter nonsense. As I said many times by now, you still generate more blood type from this whole Euphoria here, all 4 ranks, than you would have before for her Euphoria number 1. With this Euphoria number 2, you have more blood type in total, even after the consumption, okay? That is very, very, very important to know. This Euphoria update number 2 here for Eternity is nothing else but a win in every single aspect of the blood type team. It only makes Eternity much better. There's nothing else to it other than Eternity becoming way, way better, so that she closes the gap between her and Sentinel a little bit. Now Sentinel will still be a better character, you can be 100% certain of that, but right now, without this Euphoria update number 2, the gap between Sentinel and Eternity is way too big, right? And this Euphoria number 2 closes the gap to Sentinel by a pretty large margin, actually. But Sentinel is still gonna be a better character than Eternity. So, yeah, don't believe what you hear. Just because or some players misinterpreted what they read here, that is huge nonsense. You know what I mean? It is kind of a reoccurring trend. With other stuff, we had the same problem here pretty much. The best example is, if you think back to the times where Aleph was on the horizon, the release of the character Aleph for the impromptu team was on the horizon. There was also a huge amount of nonsense was spread, and people were in belief that Aleph is actually a very, very good character, even if you play him outside of impromptu. And the argument for this was that Aleph is a good character even outside of impromptu just because he provides this AP+. For some reason, people were so incredibly obsessed with this +1 AP. It was absolutely incredible. It blew my mind. And now, fast forward to this day, no single person on Earth, on the entire universe, plays Aleph outside of Impromptu. It is not a thing, right? And then moving forward to Kiparina, everyone is so incredibly obsessed with this shielding that Kiparina provides. Still, like 80% of the kit that Kiparina has is all about Impromptu. Her entire ultimate is about Impromptu. Her entire insights and her like everything about her, except for the shields, is about Impromptu. Even a part of the shields are in fact about Impromptu, because they increase critical hit rate and critical damage, and no other team profits from exactly that like the Impromptu team does. That's why she doesn't provide a huge amount of crit, and she doesn't provide a huge amount of critical damage, because then it would be overpowered in the Impromptu team. That's why they keep their numbers low, and because of the numbers being low, it pretty much doesn't do anything to other teams outside of the Impromptu team. But people just don't get it. I don't understand why this is a thing every single time. It was in 2.6 with Aleph. It is now in 2.7 with Kiparina. And now Eternity isn't even here. She's not even out, you know. And still, people read like a little bit amount of text. This is not even like a book or a huge page or anything. This is a little bit of text. And people misinterpreted this so hardcore, and they jump to such false conclusions out of completely nowhere. I don't know why this always happens, but yeah, I'm here to address all of these things. I told you, skip Arena. I told you, don't pull for Aleph if you do not commit to Impromptu. You have to have enough resources to pull for Kiparina if you pull for Aleph, right? I told you about all the stuff, and now I'm here to tell you another thing that will be proven right in the very, very near future, and that is that Eternity is still, like she always was, a core part in the Blood Ember team. It doesn't matter if you stop ranking up her Euphoria at rank 3 or not. It would be completely nonsense to stop at rank 3. You have to rank it up for rank 4, because that is absolutely an incredible amount of value that you cast your ultimate for free for just a little bit of blood type consumption that you generate yourself, right? Again, you have a blood type generation that is better than her Euphoria number 1 was. And even if this Euphoria also consumes a little bit of blood tide, it is still more blood tide generation than ever before. It is just a whole plus. As I said, as I already explained, this Euphoria is a huge win. All it does is it closes the gap between Eternity and Sentinel. That's about it. And that's all I wanted to tell you. That's all I wanted to tell you guys. That's all I wanted to talk about. I want to clear up all of this confusion, like the same stuff that we had in the past, as I just talked about. So that's it for the video, guys. I hope that was fun and informative, even though it was a tiny little bit negative, right? We have to address these issues as well, and we have to get misinformation and confusion out of the way. That's part of the game here. So there we go. I hope that video was fun and informative. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, don't forget to join the Discord server. Take care of yourselves. Have a great day, and we love this game.